Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the TBWP with the TPSO.
Too many acronyms.
Too many acronyms. Before we get started, could somebody just send us a quick a note telling us whether you can hear us? We just want to make sure that we're good to go.
Yeah, we want to make sure, Eileen, that we're not talking to ourselves.
Well, this is true, Kath, although we do love to talk to, let's say, each other rather than ourselves, shall we?
Each other.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Celeste.
Good,
awesome.
good.
Okay. Let's get started. TPSO, of course, is the Profitable Salon Owner, and Catherine and I are TBWP. We are the two blondes with passion. Of course, we like to shorten it and call ourselves the two blondes. Surprisingly, we have blonde hair, I guess.
I know. As people have pointed out, you guys can never change your hair color.
Why would we want to?
Because that's actually
blonde is beautiful.
That's our trade name. Our company is called TBWP, Two Blondes with Passion. So off we go, Eileen.
All right, let's get cracking. Today we are talking about our favorite subject. The money is in the follow-up.
Yeah, and really it's just, if anybody was on the webinar last month, this is one of the things that we touched on in the webinar last month is about follow-up. And it's a really big subject, and I feel, and I know Eileen feels, a very, very important subject, and it's one that we're actually not very good at. Well, in not just our industry, but in almost any industry.
Exactly. We've been looking at some stats on business in general and who's doing follow-up with their marketing, because as business as sort of as an income generator, you would think that the most important thing that we would be doing would be constantly being aware of our revenues. But it's actually, we get so caught up in the day-to-day life that we often forget about how we're generating money. And one of the most important things we can do is track our clients and our customers and find out where are they, what are they doing? Because in the end, every single business is about a relationship that you have with each and every client or customer who walks into your door.
Absolutely, Aileen.
And if you don't establish that relationship, why do they want to do business with you? People do business with the people they know. And if you allow your clients and your customers to walk out the door without having some way of being in contact with them, you're throwing money away. And again, you guys, we are not the only industry that is guilty of this. Every single industry is guilty of this. But let's get smart and do something about it. If we know what to do to find the money in the follow-up, we can start generating that extra revenue.
We can. So let's get into it. And this was on our webinar last month, but I think it's so important. We included it again. The number one question we really get asked, and most people get, how and where do I get more clients?
Ha!
Do we not hear that a lot?
Well, probably more than we need to, right?
Yeah.
Because the big question isn't really where, this isn't what it's all about.
No. The question I feel, and I know you do, that we should be asking is, how do I keep the clients I have and get them spending more money and sending more referrals to me?
Exactly, because really think about this. The people who sit in your chair, because we all know that the number one business generator out there is word of mouth, and that's what referrals are, right? So it certainly follows that we're going to have to ask for referrals.
We are definitely going to have to ask for referrals. But the other point is, you have a client sitting in your chair, you have a captive audience, they come to you, they already like you. Why not get that person, add in some different things and get that person spending more money with you?
You know, one of the things I always find fascinating, Catherine, is that, you know, when we talk about building relationships with our clients and our customers, they get to know us and they relate to us. They want to be in our camp. It's surprising how little we utilize that emotional connection that we develop with our clients and customers.
Yes, you are so right. And I have used this next slide over and over again, because honestly, I think this says it all. Trying to get new clients finally took its toll. They're carting her away to the funny farm.
Yeah,
straight jacket and all.
Because let's face it, one of the most important phrases we hear all the time is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, we can look back at the past and say, oh, gee, I tried that or whatever. But the thing is that every day there's something new. There's a new way to do things. Even an old way is a new way, if you look at it from a different perspective. And we have to look at business basics to drive our business and to drive our future economies.
Absolutely. And, I hear that a lot. I hear, oh, we tried that. That doesn't really work for us. And what I like to say to people, often, yes, you may have tried something. You may not have given it a long enough shelf life to try it. You may not have been consistent with it. Big word, consistency.
Consistency.
And, so just because you tried something in the past and it didn't work, revisit it. Go back to thinking, well, let's maybe try this again. Keep an open mind. If you just come here with an open mind, if you already have said, oh, when we get into this and look at some things, go, oh, been there, done that, not doing it again.
Yeah,
then you're really closed.
You are. So, and the other thing too is on the flip side, I often find that we create a successful business and we reach a point where we plateau. And sometimes we have to really look, okay, so what was I doing at the beginning to drive my initial success? Because we often become complacent and let go of some of the habits that we started at the very beginning that gave us that initial success. And so we have to go back and look at those original behaviors. So there's lots of times when you definitely want to look at old as new again.
I agree. So we're going to get into it. What exactly is follow-up marketing? Well, we like to always say the old AT&T ad campaign, reach out and touch someone. But really, it's about your customer. It's about, dear customer, reach out and keep them coming back. Because we've talked about this as well many times, our clients are spreading out their appointments. At one time we used to see our clients on a weekly basis, and then it went to monthly, and then it went to every 6 weeks. And now for a lot of people, we might not see them for 2 months, sometimes even 3 months in between visits. You need to keep a connection.
Because if your clients are going that long between visits, what are they thinking about you in the meantime? Do they even remember who you are? Why would they come back to you? Because the biggest thing about having a 3 or 4 month lag between you see your clients, they might run into somebody in the supermarket, whose hair they like, and they say, oh, who did your hair? And they'll say, oh, Susie Q or whatever. And the next thing you know, they're off seeing Susie Q because they've forgotten about you. You haven't given them a reason to think about you.
Or you haven't rebooked their appointment. They don't have an appointment waiting. So,
well, let's face it,
they would have to make a call and cancel that appointment. That's really hard for some people to do.
Exactly. So if you've got them rebooked, that is the number one follow-up marketing there is rebooking your client. And Kath, how many times have we talked about rebooking? Once at least.
Oh, yeah. A zillion times.
Yeah.
We're like broken records. But It's okay, because every day you can't take everything in. We know that, 12% of what you hear is what you're going to retain. But if you just get one thing off of from every webinar that you attend or from every course that you attend, slowly but surely you build up your repertoire so that you have the knowledge and that you can do a lot of these things. So
let's take a look at some of the things that we can do to reach out and to keep them coming back.
All right. To reach out and touch someone.
Reach out and touch.
Just be careful where you're touching.
Right. And you really have to think about, this is what we call touching. and it is it means the number of times that you contact your clients or customers in between visits, and you want to make sure that you are reaching out probably a minimum of 12 times a year.
Oh, yes.
At least.
Yeah.
I would probably say probably closer to 25 or 30 is even better. And in that, you're going to think, okay, so their visits count as a touch, and then all these things that we're going to talk about. So take in under advisement that for every client that you have, that you want to be able to reach out and touch.
Absolutely.
And we're going to give you all these ideas on how you can do it.
Yeah. So let's start with the very basics. So that new client that you just spent all kinds of money getting into your chair or into your treatment room. How many of you send out new client thank you letters? How many of you follow up within a week of that client being in your center, your space, your salon, and send a letter by mail? I'm a big believer in mail.
Me too.
I'm sorry. Nobody gets mail, very little mail through their door anymore. And I'll tell you, we do this at our hair loss center. I can't tell you, people come in clutching their little postcard. Like it's not a postcard. We do a card, their little card. And we write in them, handwrite in them. We handwrite the envelopes as well. And they come in and they go, oh my goodness, it made my day. Thank you so much. And we always put a gift voucher in for them to give
them a reason to come back. And seriously, if even if you don't have time to do the thank you letters, for goodness sake, get on the phone with new clients. Phone them back after 2 or 3 days and follow up with them. Ensure that they had a great experience with you. Ensure that you gave them the look or the style or the color or whatever it is that they asked for. Make sure that there are no problems.
But I want to take issue with something that you just said. Even if you don't have time to write out a card, honestly, you really need to think, how many new clients do you see in a week? Yep. It's probably not that many. And if you get into a habit of writing those cards on a weekly basis, it's a very small amount of time that you need to spend. So, I just want to caution you that if you wait 2 or 3 months, that's no good.
It's too late.
Yeah. Like, as I said, weekly basis. They should be receiving something within a week, max 2 weeks of being in.
And if you think about it, if you phone them after 2 or 3 days and you send them a thank you card after the first week or within the first week, there's 3 touches with a client right off the bat.
Yeah.
Right.
And it becomes really simple. I did the client cards for the thank you cards for the hair loss center on Vistaprint. Very reasonably priced.
Absolutely.
They come with envelopes. It was simple. If I can do it, trust me when I tell you, anyone can do it.
And Kath, I think you've really actually brought up a really good point, because one of the things that we do here is this phrase, I don't have time. Mm-hmm. And, really what you're saying is, I don't have time to build my business. Well, if you don't have time to build your business, what do you have time to do? Because isn't your business what your 9 to 5 is? It's your business. You have to make time for building your business.
Yes. And if all you ever do is work in your business and don't take any time to work on your business, then your result is going to not be as good. Because I believe we all need, as small business owners, we all need to think about that. You have to have time to work on your business, not just in your business.
You got it.
So that's my rant for that little bit.
Well, just for that little bit, because I'm sure we'll have a few more rants before the hour is up.
Even if you schedule an hour every week to work on your business, and you have a specific chore that you want to do in that hour, and you get it done, kudos to you.
Exactly. I truly believe that almost every single day we should start out with our marketing, and that we set aside, at least a quarter of an hour on marketing a day, like that's minimal,
Oh yeah, it is
minimal.
minimal. So, okay, so let's moving right along. We go from new clients to miss you letters.
For sure. Like, what if you haven't seen one of your clients for, say, 3 to 6 months? What do you think the most optimal time is, Catherine?
Well, I used to think it was 90 days.
Yeah.
But I do think anywhere from 4 months to 6 months, because some clients are really stretching their
Right,
appointments.
especially when we are doing ombre colors, etc.
Yeah.
It's a it's
So
a long range program.
Yeah.
Right?
So I do think that, you can probably slide it out a little bit longer now. But in your Vagaro system, you have the capability to check to see who has not been back. You can print it up, and every month you should be printing a list of clients that you haven't seen for the last, let's say, 4 months. And if you know that those clients are normally people that come in within that time frame, then you need to send them out a letter.
Absolutely. And here's a couple of things here. First of all, you've got this amazing Vagaro program, which is pretty simple to use, and it has all this information. We really need to utilize the whole program and what its intent is, which is to help you build your business. It's right there for you. It's like having a virtual assistant. So there it is. And the miss you letters, you can have them pre-done, get them through Vistaprint, or like a.
Yeah, I really just did my miss you letters on
letterhead,
on Word.
Yeah.
And
and you can make them as cute or as interesting as you want.
Yeah.
Remember the one with the doghouse?
Yeah.
I used to love
Raise the Dead.
Yeah, Raise the Dead. Oh, we'll get to that one later.
But there's all kinds of, just sending a letter saying, haven't seen you in a while. Did we do something wrong? Blah, blah, blah. Here's an offer for you to come back and see us.
Yep.
But you've reached out, you've touched them. You haven't just let them go away. And the statistics on getting clients back are significantly better than trying to get a brand new client in the door. So, I think if you're not doing this, you really need to think about how you could put this into your schedule. And this is a once a month thing. Once a month, you run the report. Again, that could be in that hour that you schedule. So you run a report and you look at this, and then you go, okay, I'm going to send out these letters.
Yeah.
Done.
And again, we're not talking about hundreds of letters that you're going to be writing. There's probably a few, right?
Yeah, there's hopefully just a handful.
Yeah. So, and it's easy to do.
If that.
It's really easy to do. And one of the things, of course, that I love is the newsletter.
Yeah.
I think that a monthly newsletter says a lot about a company.
Yeah.
It says that you want to stay in touch with your clients or your customers, and that you have something interesting to tell them.
Yeah. And today it could be a blog post.
Exactly.
Newsletter, blog post. I think I kind of, put them in the same category now.
Yeah. And a blog post only has to be between 250 to 350 words. It doesn't have to be a great big long essay. People's attention spans seem to be getting shorter and shorter, as we know. And so a newsletter can be really simple. You might write a little blog on, say, one of your a new stylist that you've brought onto your team. You might write about a new product that you're using, perhaps a new style or a new trend. Anything. Just, it's an opportunity to reach out to your client.
Or, one thing that was always really popular in our newsletters was our recipes.
Yeah.
Occasionally we used to share recipes. One of the staff used to say, oh, this is my favorite recipe. And we used to feature that, hey, it all works. It's all reaching out to touch people.
But remember, what we're really saying here is it doesn't have to be a big deal. It's the idea that's behind it, and it's the consistency. Because I also know lots of salon owners who send out newsletters, but it's really inconsistent. 1 month they'll send it out, maybe they won't send it out for a couple months. Maybe one time they'll send it out at the beginning of the month, then another time it might be the middle. There's no consistency. So what you want to do is establish a consistency so that every single month on the same day, you're going to release your newsletter.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear.
Okay, birthday cards.
Easy.
Pretty easy, no
Again,
brainer.
Vagaro
Yeah.
has the information.
And I mean, you can, you know, if you have your client's email, you can email them a birthday greeting and have a $20, you know, here's your birthday gift.
Yeah. How special is that?
Yeah. I always tell a story about a lady that I was coaching down in Halifax, and she did the birthday cards. In the first month she sent them out, she had a senior come in, a lady in her 80s, and she came in with the birthday card in hand, and she said, "Oh, my dear, it was the only card that she had received."
Oh.
And she was so grateful that she came in to get her hair done as soon as she got it.
That's fantastic.
And you don't know who we're touching, right?
Exactly, right?
But it's a feel-good thing. And I really believe, I mean, I love when I go into Starbucks and on my birthday and they go, "Oh, you get a free drink." It's like, oh, I feel special.
And
even though everybody
and you are special, my dear.
Well, thank you. But I mean, those are the things that, you know, Eileen, you talked about building relationships. This is about building relationships.
Because people really, really appreciate it. And I think one of the things that happens in our industry, because, you know, we're service providers, is that we forget how important our role is in other people's lives.
Yeah.
And because, you know, if you treat your client well, believe me, they will treat you so well. They will talk about you to the ends of the earth and back. So, you know, this is all about client care.
Yeah. And client callbacks. So we're, you know, client callbacks. You said 2 or 3 days later.
Call them back.
Call them back. Are you managing your new style? If you've given them a skincare product, is our audio working?
We just got a little note.
We got a note saying our audio isn't working. Is our audio working? In and out.
Okay.
I apologize. Apparently it's our network speed. There's something going on. I lost internet connection.
Okay, Glenora,
completely
we'll
earlier.
going.
So we'll keep going. But client callbacks, you know, just call people back and ask how everything is. And
don't necessarily don't just use the client callback just for new clients. If you've got a client and you've given them a new color or a new cut or a new style or whatever it is, a new skincare product, call them back a couple days later and say, "Hey, you know, hey, Kath, how are you making out with the new volumizer that I sent you home with? I want to make sure that that it's working okay for you, and I know it's a new style. So is everything good with that?"
Yeah. And if they're struggling, invite them to come back.
Exactly. Because then you're nipping any problems in the bud.
Absolutely.
And they will love you for that.
Yeah. So that's client callbacks. Pretty simple. Done it for years in my business in Winnipeg. Facebook posts and contests.
You guys, you can never underestimate the power of a Facebook post and a Facebook contest.
Yeah. And
they work.
Yeah. And again, it cannot. Facebook is all about building relationships. And I really believe that it can't all be about business. There has to be some other things in there. When I share recipes on on the business Facebook, I get so many people that reshare them and
whenever we share a Foxy Wine Pocket, that always gets shared around.
Oh, yeah. Funnies, like people like to laugh.
They do.
Things that make people smile. So really think about, what you can reach out and touch your clients with on Facebook. And Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, they're all there. They're all part of follow-up. And, like I say, you can't do everything.
No.
But so pick what it is you're going to do and do it well.
And consistently.
Yes. Surveys. I think this in follow-up is one of the most underused tools that we have.
You got it. Because a survey not only reaches touches your client, but it also gives you feedback on how your business is going, and it tells you things that you need to do to grow your business and to improve services. So surveys are the best things, and it can be on all sorts of things. It can be on, how are we doing serving you? It can be on what do you want to, we're looking at doing improvements. What would you like to see? I mean, like, you can use a survey for all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but we definitely should do it. And I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. You can have a survey and give it to your client and ask them if they would send it back anonymously. They can be anonymous. They don't have to have their name on them.
I just wanted to reach out to Mary here. She says, how do I run a birthday report list? Well, hopefully one thing, Mary, is that you're doing a consultation form with your client so that you actually get their birthday. And but to run the report list, just call support@vagaro.com and they will give you the feedback on that, because I don't have we don't have our Vagaro system up. We've got you guys up. So support@vagaro.com.
Excellent. And the other thing that, following up with people does, it allows you to reach out and tell them what your monthly promotions are.
Yes. And surprisingly, people want to know. If you've got a bunch of people hooked on your volumizing shampoo, they're going to want to know when you've got it on promotion. Right? So it's a way to reach out. And again, it's another touch.
Yeah. Or if you have a special event on or any of that, that's when to reach out and touch them.
And Celeste, I'm going to say the same thing. When you wait to run a list of clients you haven't seen lately, again, if you just reach out to support@vagaro.com, they'll walk you through it and how to do that. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Next.
So we're just going to kind of favorites. We're just kind of going to go through the, miss you letters. We did a campaign we call it Raise the Dead, actually. A little tongue in cheek. I think we have to be a little tongue in cheek when we're doing some of this. So if you're not doing these, I highly encourage you to do them. If anyone would like a copy of the letters that I send out, I would be more than happy to send you those. I will send them through support@vagaro.com. So if anybody would like those, please let me know and I can send that to support@vagaro.com and they will send it out to you. Okay, so I will make sure that I give them a copy and that you have access to them.
Perfect.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Good. So surveys. We just talked about surveys.
Survey said.
Kate says,
I think we all do.
I think they all want those. Yes. Well, I will say that not everybody's really good at sending these out. And I do think it's a very important piece.
Right. You got to send an email to support@vagaro.com to request it. Okay.
Great. And I will make sure that gets sent into them this afternoon so that they can forward it to you.
Yeah. Survey says?
Yeah. Survey Monkey.
Hey.
Survey Monkey is a really good way to survey your clients. Again, I've used Survey Monkey. We have used just actually, sending something out. Our next slide shows you, this is our satisfaction questionnaire for our in-salon treatments, and this is in our hair loss center. So it just gives you an idea of the questions that we are asking. Now, the PDF is available through support@vagaro.com. So you can get the PDF of this whole presentation. So you will be able to see a lot of these questions.
And utilize them, take the ideas, run with it, put your own name on it, like make use of it, right? Because, if we don't have to reinvent the wheel, we just have to use the wheel.
Yeah, we really do have to use it. Action.
You got it.
Action speaks louder than words.
And actually, the in-salon treatment, or this satisfaction questionnaire, is just a fabulous survey, because it really does tell you where you need to make changes in your guest path experience. So, like, you use this. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and this is really, a really good follow-up tool. Okay, moving right along. Newsletter and birthday cards. Again, birthday cards, you can email them out. You can order them through Vistaprint. But whatever you do it.
Right. And when you're putting together, like, if you're going to do a mail out of birthday cards, just, design one, and have it made up so you've got it in your drawer ready to go with envelopes, right? And make sure that your salon business name or logo is somewhere on there. And make sure that you have a place where you can maybe just jot a little personal note.
And one thing I will say, and this is something that I am just in the process of doing, for all of my thank you cards and my birthday cards, is I'm having, instead of a gift certificate that goes in with it, I'm having, like, say, Capelia bucks made. It's simpler. So I'm going to get them made in $10 denominations.
Yep.
And so if I want to put $20 in for one of my clients, I put 2 of them in.
Right.
And, just have all the disclaimers on it. But,
well, and what's interesting, Kath, because really then you're sort of moving into the category of, loyalty points and a loyalty program. And it is amazing the power that a loyalty program has with their clients and clientele. So really think about that, you guys. Have your own little buck system put together.
Yeah. Vincent just said, I think most of the Vagaro emails go to clients' spam folder and they never see it. Well, this is one way that you can get your clients to move it from their spam folder, because they can do that. Especially, I know on Google we can do that, because you can tell them, like, throughout the year we will send you money in the mail, or money through our email. So you can definitely, work with it and use it to your advantage.
Yeah, and a lot of the times too is the headline you use in your subject line can be very, very powerful. Like, if you put in money. Money for you or whatever, even if it's going to spam, because everybody has an opportunity to check, their junk folder or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I know Aileen and I have been having a huge problem with our profitable salon owner email being spammed. And it's like, we sometimes get 20 or 30 every day saying that, there's $2,000 in our bank account, blah, blah, blah. So you have to make sure that when you put it in, that they know that it's coming from you.
Exactly. So, and that's the important thing, right? Jennifer, how often for surveys to send out? How often do you want information is really, really what you have to think about, but at least once or twice a year. Yeah. That one that we just looked at should go out to probably every single client
at the end of their service.
At the end of their service.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go on and talk a little bit about newsletters.
Because I think newsletters are very important. They're just such
Yeah, I know. And you love to write.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so key points for putting together a profitable newsletter. And here are 3 questions that you can ask before you ever do anything. Will this information benefit my clients now? Can they use any part of this information in their daily lives? Recipes? They can.
Yeah.
Is this newsletter focused on my business or my clients? And who should it be focused on?
Exactly. Because think about it. People want to, we're all interested in ourselves.
Yeah.
So really think about it. We're not going to send out a newsletter saying, well, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. We're looking at focusing on the client and how what we're sending them is going to benefit them, right? Because look at what this is. Will this information benefit my clients now? What is it that you're telling them? Perhaps you're promoting or talking about a product that you've had in your stock for a while that's a favorite, right? But maybe you've heard clients say, well, they're not using it properly. So maybe you're doing a little blurb on how to use such and such a product properly.
Yeah. So 3 things. It's got to be personal.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be a little bit promotional.
Yep.
Have one promotion
Yep.
in every newsletter, and educational.
Exactly.
Just as you said, Aileen. So personal, promotional, and educational. And again, if you request the PDF, this is all going to be there for you. It's going to be easy for you to do. Moving right along. New client letters. We talked about the new client letters. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. A card. Thank you. Thank you for your business. People love to be thanked.
Yes, they do. And again, it's all about building a relationship. When you thank somebody for their business and let them know how much you appreciate their business, they are more likely to come back to you time after time. When we start to take our clients for granted, that's when we lose them. Yeah. And they can be with you for 10 or 20 years, but when you take them for granted, they're gone because you've lost them.
They're not coming back.
They're not coming back.
Yeah. And that's a lot of money you're losing every year. So we've talked about client callbacks. That's pretty simple. Pick up the phone. Give a quick call. Yep. Not only your new clients, but existing clients. Because again, it's our existing clients that we tend to take for granted. And those are the people that we really need to touch on a regular basis. Just because they've come to us for 5 years doesn't mean that you will not lose them.
Exactly. So you have to treat every single client like they're a brand new client and that you want them to come back. So every single visit that they have with you is special, right? So make it special. Create that special thing for them.
And Aileen, one of your favorites, referrals.
Absolutely. I do not think there is anything more powerful than word of mouth advertising. And one of the most important things about it is that it is so easy to do. Referrals are so easy to do because it's as simple as asking this wonderful person who's sitting in your chair.
Yeah, but you just said the key word.
Ask.
Ask. A-S-K. It's a 3-letter word that so many of us are terrified of. Interesting,
isn't it? Mm-hmm. A lot of people are more afraid of asking for referrals than they are of speaking in public. And speaking in public is more afraid of than dying.
Yeah, most people.
Weird, really weird. People are strange, don't you think?
So you have to ask for referrals. And in saying that, if you're asking for a referral, you better have a referral program in place.
Right. And what does that look like?
Yeah.
Let's talk about what a referral program actually looks like.
So I'm just going to show you, this is in the hair loss business, our referrals come from
clients,
stylists.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But,
yes.
I mean, really, number one is we get a lot of stylists referring clients to us. So we did a program up for stylists. So this is what that looks like.
And can I just make it just a little jump in here because, we've talked about Maven marketing before, which is really what this is. And it's going out to your periphery businesses that will help you build your business. So for example, the other people that might help you build your business are for example, dress stores or whatever, people who are also in the fashion industry. So you might go to them to ask them for referrals. So it's not just the clients that sit in your chair, but it's these peripheral businesses that can also refer clients to you. So this is working on your peripheral business.
Oh, absolutely. But, when it comes down to clients sitting in your chair, in your treatment room, this is what I have done in my other business for years and years and years.
Simple.
And really, I don't use a percentage off. I don't like that. I think then clients have to think, What does that mean? I like to use a dollar amount.
And I think that's very, very important. Please remember that. See the $20 off, that has far more power to it than 25%. Even if 25% ends up being more money, but it's more powerful seeing the $20 because it's actual visual money.
And the other thing we do with that, we give out 5 of these at a time and say, all you have to do is refer 5 of your friends to us, and here is $100 in free services for you. And that is fairly powerful.
That is
it's better than giving 1 at a time. If you give 5 and say, here, there's $100 in free services here for you, all you have to do is pass these out to some of your lovely friends, and I know your friends will be just like you, and I want to have a client base just like you.
And you'd be surprised at how many of your clients are so thrilled to pass on this information. It's just kind of interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
People want to help the people that they love and the people that they want to work with. And if they want to work with you, they're going to pass you on. Let's go back to that previous slide, though, Kath, and talk a little bit more about, the peripheral referral business, because it's so strong, don't you think?
I do, yeah.
And let's talk about this one, because I think this is such a great one, because it's like you said, for the hair loss business, it's the other service providers in town that help drive their clients into the business.
It is, and I can't tell you, every day we see clients coming through the door and who referred you, and that's on our consultation sheet. How did you hear about us? And so we see it all the time. And then a lot of them have these referral cards, and a lot of times, sometimes the clients bring their referral cards in, sometimes they don't. That's why having the extra layer is really good, because then we get to see where the client came from, for sure.
And the other thing too is that means that Catherine has also developed relationships with the other service providers in town. So in building up a relationship with them, she's also building up a referral base for her business, right? So it all goes hand in hand, and it works interconnectively. I think you'd be absolutely amazed. So if you're getting the PDF, use a template like this and start taking it around to other businesses that are on the periphery of yours, like independent dress stores,
flower shops.
Flower shops are a great one, right?
Yeah.
Jewelry stores.
Yeah,
anything sometimes I find in the design industry.
Yeah, we usually hook up with restaurants. There's another good one that we do, and we cross promote, right?
Yeah,
we take theirs and we'll cross promote. So there's always things that you can do that don't cost. This doesn't cost you a lot of money.
No, basically what this costs you is a conversation with a friend in a lot of ways. Thanks, Dawn. We love this too.
Yeah, and trust me, have used it for years and years and years,
and it works. It works. So
absolutely. So there we have it. All right. So one thing Aileen and I are really big on right now, when we're talking about social media, we cannot go past video.
YouTube videos are one of the most powerful tools that you have in your arsenal for driving your business.
And how many business owners, small business owners, actually use videos on a regular basis?
9%.
9.
And you know what? As business owners, we're really, really happy to hear that, because that means that we're going to outshine all of you because we've got videos. People, this is the most powerful thing that you can do for your business. And it is so simple. Sometimes I just want to shake my head. It's so simple. Because how many of you have a mobile phone? Oh, all of you?
Smart, yeah. Most people now have a smartphone, and really that's all you need. That is all you need to do a video. Tips on how to do a great braid,
Oh, how about, and listen, we're not talking about movie length videos here. We're talking about videos that are, say, from 1.5 to 3 minutes tops.
Max.
That's it, right? And what they're going to look like. I mean, they could be interviewing a client after a new hair design or something, and saying, Catherine, Tell us about your new dude. Are you loving it? Are you finding it easy?
I do. I love it. I love my color. It looks great. And, and I have to say, one of my co-owners in my business in Winnipeg has become very good at using her smartphone, and she does this all the time. And she's always putting videos up there, and I love it. I think it's so good. And in our business, in the hair loss business, I try and do tips on how to wrap different head wraps. Yes. Because we have a lot of people that are going through chemo. So little tips and tricks, and then I can send people to my to YouTube or to Facebook to say, oh, go check out all our videos on Facebook.
Right. Because every time you do one of these little videos, you put it up on your social media, and it is a driver.
And it gets way more hits than any other posts.
Exactly. So very, very powerful and so easy to do. So take advantage of it.
Yeah, I cannot stress enough how important this is. And if you jump on board now, you will be in the beginning of the tsunami that will happen.
I think you're going to surprise yourself.
Yeah. So please try it. Everybody loves to take selfies, so don't be taking selfies. Be actually doing educational videos.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Everything. Even if it's just even a new product. Take a picture, like video your new product, hold it in your hand and have somebody video while you say, oh, today we're introducing blah, 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 because it's going to do blah, 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 or whatever it is. And there you go. You got a video.
And it doesn't have to be professional. Trust me, some people go, oh, no, I couldn't possibly do that. It doesn't have to be professional. You can do it and load it and it be done within minutes.
Yeah.
So, and people like it when it's more natural anyway. Than
exactly.
Totally scripted. And
and if you're having fun with it, it's even better. Just remember to smile. Smile, smile, smile.
And you can also, the next thing we're going to talk about is monthly promotions. You can put your monthly promotions on there.
Oh, that's a fabulous idea. In fact, everything that we've talked about, you can put on YouTube, on videos, right? It's incredible when you have a YouTube of telling you what your monthly promotion are. Like this month, well, of course, back to school is just about coming up. In another few weeks, right? And of course, that's a big time for leader sales or whatever. Put together an excited video. Say, oh my gosh, it's our annual video, our annual promotion of leaders. Come on in and get them now.
Yeah, and I know that. We did this about 2 weeks ago for a color promo that we had in Winnipeg, and it was highly successful.
So it works. The proof is in the pudding, and it works.
Absolutely.
And you're also,
you want me to go
just one back. Just to remind everybody that when you're doing it, not only on Facebook, put it out on Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, and post it on your website.
And I will say one thing, Facebook ads. We're seeing Facebook ads all over the place now. I would highly recommend, if you are going to do a Facebook ad, personally, if you're not good at Facebook, find somebody that's what they do.
For sure.
That is a friend of yours. That's her business.
Yeah.
But you can even, if you connect with people, you can maybe trade services.
You got it.
You can do different things, but if you're not good at something, get a professional to do it for you.
Exactly.
A friend of mine posted that he spent $300 on a Facebook ad for keratin straightening treatment.
Yeah.
And he, in the month that it was out, brought in something like $11,000 from a $300 Facebook ad.
Right.
But he had a professional do that ad.
Exactly. Because there are a few little tricks of the trade when you want to generate that kind of income. So, we always say, it's do what you do well and hire someone for what you don't do well. And I think Kath came up with a brilliant idea. Find one of your clients or something who's a social media expert, and offer them a free service or something in exchange for their social media skills.
I belong to a networking group called the eWomen Network. And there are a couple of women within that group who specialize in social media, Facebook ads and whatnot. And so I recommend if you need to find people, go and network. Go out to some of the business clubs and business groups and network. That's how you find people.
Well, again, when we talk about referrals or whatever, and a business network, it's really a lead generation program, because that's the whole idea behind networking. It's to build each other's business, right? So it really behooves you to be involved in something like that. When we first went to eWomen Network, there were over 100 women at that first meeting that we went to, and we had one stylist.
And she does very well from that group of women.
She does an amazing job. And by the way, does she ever do incredible YouTube videos?
Yes, she does.
So it's amazing. And all these women that come to eWomen Network, for example, they're out promoting her because she's their go-to person when it comes to hair.
Yep, absolutely. And she gives to get, because every meeting she gives away a style for the next eWomen Network. So the women go in the day of the meeting, have their hair done. Their hair is done by Sophia.
Yep.
And it's marketing. She's a little marketing machine.
I know.
And she's an independent contractor.
Yeah. You guys, I mean, there's just so much that we can actually do to market and promote ourselves and to move our business forward. There's no reason why we should be sitting in the doldrums. And remember, when we're talking about 9% of businesses are using videos, we're also looking at probably only 9% of businesses in general are doing all these things that we're talking about. Make yourself a 20%er, like where you're, 20% of the people produce 80% of the production. Make yourself in that small category of people who are out there producing.
Yeah. And, just by the fact that you are on this webinar today shows us that you are all in the top 20%.
You got it. Because you're lifelong learners.
All right. Monthly promotions. Every month you should have a
promotion,
service promotion. And what's your favorite?
Retail.
Everything should go hand in hand. So monthly promotion. So what you want to focus on that month?
For example, say through the month of August, you're going to do a color service promotion. In the retail area, then you would do like color shampoos and conditioners as your promotion. So you can connect them together, and that gives you a really, really strong performance, right? So, and create something that has value to your clients. Catherine and I don't like discounting. We like value added. So, make sure that your promotions are sort of value added, and not only put it out in paper or email or whatever, but seriously consider putting your promotions on YouTube.
Yeah, on a video, for sure. And, we did talk about clients are pushing their appointments further apart. If you want to do bi-monthly promotions, that's even great. I wouldn't go any further than that. So that would be, bi-monthly, that's 6 a year.
Yeah.
Monthly is 12 a year. But I mean, come on, we can all do this.
Well, and Mary says, why monthly and not every 6 weeks? Well, the same thing, Mary. If you wanted to do every 6 weeks, that's great. The key thing is to be consistent. If you think it's every 6 weeks is a great promotional cycle, go for it. I actually think that probably bi-monthly is often one of the best things we can do, because it takes us that month to get organized for the next one.
Yeah. So, don't stress yourself out.
Yeah. Just get started and do it. And when you get really good at it, then move to monthly.
Absolutely. All right. And the big thing in all of it is communicate. All we want you to do is reach out and keep in touch with your clients, with your customers. That is going to help you with those miss you letters. If you get good of a lot of these things that we talk about, you're not going to be sending out nearly as many miss you letters. Trust me.
Exactly. And again, going back to the way where we started in communicating, we want to reach out and touch our clients between 25 and 30 times a year in some form or another. So there's lots of ways to do that. And it's all about communication and building a relationship. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, building relationships is critical. So we're just closing in on our time, and if anybody has any questions,
now is the time.
Now is the time. We hope that you got one golden nugget out of this webinar today, because if you take one golden nugget away and implement it and take action on it, then Aileen and I feel that we did what we set out to do here today.
You got it. Now, just a reminder, Katera at Vagaro has said that she will send out the PDF, and she does have a copy of this presentation. And if you send an email to support@vagaro.com, that's support@vagaro.com, they will send you a copy of this PDF. Okay. Catherine is also going to send a PDF of her, what we call a Raise the Dead letter. And if you want a copy of that, again, send an email to support@vagaro.com, and they are going to send that to you. We are so happy that you could join us today. We actually haven't decided on next month's topic, but we will make it as interesting as we possibly can. And, Laura, where do we find the stats on our clients, and when was their last appointment?
Again, go to support@vagaro.com. They can walk you through. If you're not sure where to find these reports, set up a time, and they will help you, and they will walk you through where to find a lot of these things.
And thanks, Kate, for being with us today. We really appreciate that.
And Tammy Fleming, I just wanted to say we could be related because my maiden name is Fleming. With one M.
Well, we're all related somehow, Kath, right?
Yes, we are.
And of course, don't forget that, Kath, will you go to the next slide? Because we are the Two Blondes, and we are at www.theprofitablesalonowner.com. And our email is info@theprofitablesalonowner.com. And if you go onto our website, Catherine and I put out a free newsletter every Monday morning that we hope will assist you in building your business. And so just go onto the website. You'll find it on the right-hand side. You just sign up for it. There is no charge. We are not going to sell you anything, but every Monday morning, we will send you out a newsletter that should have some valuable input for you. And we're so grateful that you could join us today. We look forward to seeing you on the second Monday of August, which is going to be August the 8th.
Actually, probably not, because I'm going to be on vacation.
Oh, that's right. So it's
we'll
talk to Katera.
I'm on vacation on the 15th.
Okay, so we'll be chatting.
So it may be the 1st.
Okay. It might be the 1st of August.
Yeah. So we will let you know. I am going to take 2 weeks in a row vacation. Just an FYI.
That's great. Well, thank you all so much for being here today, and have a fantastic July. And we'll see you in August.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.